And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to this special edition of Virtual India Sourcing Show. My name is Meghla Bhardwaj and I'm your host, and I'm joined by Margaret and Kevin in Australia. Hi, Margaret, Kevin. How are you doing?
Hello, Meghla. Good to see you again.
Hello, Meghla. I can't wait to do this. I want to see the rest of the products. I haven't seen every one of them yet.
Yes,
There's so many.
There's so many, I know. And she added some more. Okay, so let me just tell everybody what's going on over here and what's going to be the agenda for the next hour and a half or 2 hours or so. So what we have for you guys is hundreds of products that are available from suppliers in India. And these are products from canceled orders from retailers and importers. And unfortunately, the orders had to be canceled because of COVID, because the retail stores and all had to close. So a lot of suppliers have this ready stock. And a sourcing agent, Nikita Beniwal from Elements of India, reached out to us and said that, hey, we have all of this stock and I can manage all of the shipping and consolidation and everything for your group. And, we can do a presentation. So Mark, Kev, and I have been working with Nikita for the last week or so. We've had multiple, hour, 2-hour meetings and WhatsApp messages and emails back and forth. So we put together this entire structure for you guys to make it very easy for you to source these products. So I'm going to invite Nick on the screen now. She's waiting backstage. And then we'll get right into the presentation. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Meghla.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi.
Good to see you again, Nick.
Awesome. Hi, Jim. Jim Cockram is here. Really nice of you to join us, Jim. How are you doing? Hasang, Bill and Mary are here. Lois, Simon, Jason. Hi, Jason. Denise, Mark Riggle. Yay, Mark Riggle is here. Good to see you again, Mark. Awesome. Susan. Hi, Susan. Who else? Christine. Awesome. So many cool people here. Good stuff. I just want to remind everyone, if you're watching this live stream from within a group, what you need to do is go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard access to your Facebook profile so we can see your name over here displayed on the screen. If you don't do that, we'll just see Facebook user. Cool. Leanne is here. Wendy. Wow, so many people. Thank you all for joining us. It's Friday evening, Saturday morning. Maureen is here too. Okay, awesome. Cool. So, Nick, first of all, what I want to do is, Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just briefly give us your background and, what exactly you do and how you help people import products into the US. And then we'll start with the presentation.
Yes. Okay. I have started my company 8 years back, and now up till now I have been supporting many customers from all over. My customers are from USA, from Europe, from Australia. So I have been supporting them, and many of them are online retailers. They have their own, they sell under their own label and from their own website. And I also support some wholesalers. And since past 4 years, I'm supporting Amazon sellers. And I must have supported like over 100 of Amazon sellers on their products. So for some of them, we have done consolidation of, air shipments like that. But this is the first time when I'm looking at doing it at that level, we would be talking about it coming upward. But this is, that's why I thought that this could be something which can, benefit everybody. So past April month, I had been receiving a lot of stock emails.
Okay, we'll get into that. Let me just share the screen first. We'll get into that because I also want to tell people the agenda and everything. Okay, awesome. So also just to give some background to people, so Nick had actually reached out to me last June and we were supposed to meet up in October in India, but we couldn't do so. And then a couple of weeks ago, Nick reached out and said that she had all of this stock available. Okay, so let me share my screen and then we'll go into the presentation. So first of all, what I want to do is just tell you guys what's the agenda specifically. So first of all, Nick is going to give some background on how she got these products. Sorry, Nick, can you mute yourself a bit?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So she's going to give some background on how she got these products and how her team has compiled everything. Then we're going to talk about the benefits for e-commerce sellers, and Mark is going to also do some a demo of Helium 10 to actually show you how you can do some keyword research. Then we're going to walk you through all of the steps in detail of how this entire process is going to work. And Nick, Mark, Kevin, and I, we worked really hard to define all of these steps and make sure that the entire process is very smooth, because this is something that's really unprecedented. It's not been done before. And so Nick's team has also been working really, really hard to put all of these things together. And then we're also going to be telling you how you can do the photography for these products. So we also have Aaron Hughes joining us in the live shortly. He's going to be watching the webinar, so in case anybody wants to do photography, you can reach out to him. We'll give you the details. And then we'll also show you the actual products. There are, of course, hundreds of products. We won't be able to show you all of them, but we'll just show you a few of those products. So, okay, let's get into the first section then. So first of all, Nick, this is you. So tell us the background and what's available and how everything works. So whatever's on this slide. So over to you.
Okay. It all started actually because after lockdown, which started from 25th of March. So randomly, I had been receiving as and when people's orders were getting cancelled with my supplier base. So I was randomly getting like many stock offers. So in the month of April, I haven't paid much attention. But lately, in the beginning of May, when I see that there are even more offers which are coming up and a lot of people are holding stock, so I've started compiling them. And I've also started calling for the stocks, and I was surprised to see the massive stocks which people are holding right now. And most of the stock which is there is because of COVID-19, because they couldn't sell because like most of the suppliers have reduced the goods for like big chain store retailers and supermarkets. So like they have, and this is almost in all kind of categories. So having seen this kind of a situation, and on the other side, I knew that like you guys couldn't travel because of the same reason, and people are also, it's not going to happen, like even if virtual shows are going on, and I hope that must be benefiting people, but still like even if they start working on something for the time being, the development time and production time, I could see that autumn winter 20, many people are going to miss sales, suppliers here and Amazon sellers at that site. So I thought that I had the visibility, and I thought that if I can compile things together, and if there is a way I can present everything to people across, so I think I could see a solution to it actually. And that's what I tried creating. So I have compiled everything all together, all the like offers I have compiled together. And then we have made an arrangement so that all the productions which are done, and which is like, because these goods are in different kind of categories and at different stages of production as well. So some are raw material is ready and it just need to be cut and stitched like that. And if it is hard goods, then the finishing just the is to be done. And somewhere the packaging only has to be done. And at some places the goods are even ready to ship, packed also. So we have different situations. So that's the reason we have kept the days like from 7 to 30 days. Actually, there are goods which can move instantly right now. And there are also goods which may take the packaging time in between. So if we can find a way to consolidate it, I thought that which was very much possible, because we keep doing that consolidations for different customers altogether to save the shipping cost for them. So I have just tried to create this whole structure, so which will benefit everybody to a very remarkable level.
Right.
So as of now, most of the suppliers, because for them it's like with the old customer, that is how it happens generally. In the industry, when we are working with a customer from past 10 years, 12 years. So the payment terms are also like that sometimes they don't get any advance for that, when the association is pretty old and then the chain goes like that. So some of them have not got any advance, but the suppliers have invested their money into the productions. So as of now, even if the customers, because we can't say that the customers who have cancelled the order, like, because they were also helpless on that situation, because if they see that they can't sell it from their stores, they cannot like keep on holding the inventory. In fact, some of them have even asked for keeping it for the next season, but that is also not a solution, because these goods are ready for autumn winter 20. So they are very trendy for the current season. Next year, autumn winter like 21, we don't know, like, what would be the new trends coming up, and it would be difficult for them to sell the last year's, like, colors and the trends. So as of now, it was very important for them to ship that at the right time. And for them also it's difficult, because if they are the regular customers are cancelling it, and the sales from are not happening, and e-commerce I know is building up right now because people are buying online. So this is the only solution I could see. So it's just that we had to put things in action together with, and it's kind of a team, kind of a, like everybody has to be a team to solve it for everybody, for Indian suppliers, for the Amazon sellers, and like, saving the shipping cost for everybody. So I have thought of this structure all together and got in front of you.
Right. And the good thing is that people can like mix and match from different suppliers as well, right? And then they're low MOQs. I think that's a big advantage, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So yeah, I really like how you put all of this together. So it helps suppliers because, of course, they need to move this stock, and a lot of them, they need to pay their workers and everything. So I think this will really help suppliers. This will, of course, help e-commerce sellers, because demand in e-commerce is actually growing. So there is an opportunity for e-commerce sellers. So, okay, fantastic. Nick, can I just ask you to check if your headphones are working? Because I hear an echo. So just make sure that you can hear me in your headphones and not through the speaker. I think Mark and Kevin are okay. So yeah, you need to make sure that you hear me from your headphones, not the computer speaker.
Yeah.
Right? Just make sure that's okay, because I hear an echo. It won't be...
This is working.
Okay, you hear me in the headphones, right?
Only in the
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So Mark, this is your slide. So let's talk about how this actually benefits sellers.
Well, look, I think the first thing is that the products are actually, most of them are ready to ship, or will take, 7 to 14 days to be finished off. So for people to get things into Amazon for Q4 this year, it's probably the only option because of the COVID. I think there's been lots of delays with factories and, products and samples. So this way, a lot of people who are just, waiting, or people who are starting out who haven't found a product, there's lots of great products in here that I think you could find that will, perhaps get you going for your first product. You may continue with it, but you might just give you a bit of a test run, because you can get very small MOQs, because Nick's given us, pretty good sort of range of MOQs you can order. The prices on these things, a lot of them are reduced by up to 70%. So there's some really good discounts to be had. So it's a good way, once again, to do your test without paying the full price. And if it works at that, but you'd need to be thinking about, when you're doing these, if you do it at a test price, that is it going to work at the higher price? So you might be able to make a much better margin for yourself in this first test run. So then there's an opportunity with these to reorder. With most of these products, Nick's saying that you should be able to go back to her and reorder that same product. So if it's successful, you could have yourself a long-term product. It's look shop. The testing's been done for you. The quality checks will be done. The packaging will be done. The shipping will be consolidated, and it's virtually delivery from door to door, including customs. So if you're very new at this, all you really have to do is select the product and pay for it. So, I think it's ideal, for the new people, but anyone who, there's some, what I would say, harder products in here. There's some oversized furniture, and there's lots of sheeting and towels, things that need quite a few different sort of, I suppose, ranges of colours and things. So if you're going to get into that, it's probably something for a bit more experienced seller. You wouldn't want to take off doing, parent and children on your first product if you can avoid it. So basically, I think what you need to do is you select what you want, you pay for it, and the goods are basically delivered to your destination. So to me, it's a no-brainer because you don't have to know as much about what you're doing for your first run. You can watch it get into Amazon and then pick up the hard part of trying to sell it. Now, something that not every product in this list, I don't believe, is Amazonable. That's our new word. Those of you who don't know, we made that word up. It's not in the dictionary because the computer doesn't like it when I put it in, but hopefully it'll get there. It might get there next year, so we might get the first new word in the dictionary. So I think just be careful when you're looking, and you must do your own due diligence, read the viability, the cost factor. Is it possible to still make a good margin on these products? So everyone, just because we're showing them today doesn't mean to say that we believe every one of these is worthwhile you doing. You need to check all your costings before you go ahead and proceed with it. So I think that's pretty well. Has anyone maybe got any questions on that so far? Do we got any questions, Megla?
Yeah, do we have any questions from anyone so far? What we want to do next is Mark is going to share her screen, and she's just going to do a quick helium-10 demo over here, just for people who may not be very familiar with it. So Mark, let me know when you share your screen. I'll put it up here. Okay, and let me see if we have any questions. I have to put my seatbelt on to keep me in the chair. Oh my God. I can't wait to meet
Hang on, Mark.
She seems like such an interesting person.
I'm not
Can you see my screen, Megla?
Let me just say. Yes, just 1 second. Yeah.
So you got my screen?
That's, I see it.
Yeah, I can see your screen, Mark.
See my screen? Okie dokie. All right. Well, look, what I'm just going to do a really brief, for those people who are new, who are watching this and don't know how to, they're probably sitting there thinking, oh, there's all these products, but how do I research it? I think one of the simplest ways to do it is to make an investment in your business. And if you don't already have some software to do your product research and all your other sort of Amazon little tasks you need to do, I'd suggest Helium-10 is probably the best one that I find. It's got a lot in it and for the money. But what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just go through now and I'll show you. So I'm actually in Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I've just picked Tomahawk, just roughly, just something to show you. So I've searched that and that's what's come up. These are the Tomahawks that are available on the first page in Amazon. Now, what we would do from here is I will go into Helium-10 here first of all, and I'll just show you X-ray. Now this will bring up the first screen, all the sales. Now just going down here, I won't go into all this, but you can see here there's a couple of products, one sold by Amazon. There's 1,052 sales a month for that one, 2,167 for the next, 1,112 sales. Now the rest of the sales on this page are, there's a few 400s, but it's still probably a viable thing. It gives you a bit of an idea of how many sales are generated from these products on page one. And you can see the total revenue. There's a lot of information on here. You can look at the sales. We can click on these and have a look at the sales. We'll just pick one that's not too big. So we'll just have this one, just for instance. Now we can go back here and look at the sales for the whole going back from the 22nd of May to the 19th of June. So you can just sort of see there, that's the last 30 days, but we can go back and see what happened with this last year, and you can see when the sales are. So there's all this information. You could spend quite a lot of time just looking around in this particular little program here to see, what's there. But what I really want to show you is how to do the actual product research. So what we do is Helium-10 will come up in a minute. It's just a little bit slow because I'm sharing my screen today. So what you do is you click on here, which is keywords, and we're now entering Helium-10. Now this has brought up that particular product I had, and it's showing me all the keywords. We could have added another 10 products to this and got a lot more keywords, but it just would take too long. It's going to be too slow for me to go and do all that. So what we've done is here we've found for this particular tool, there's 5,149 keywords that it's actually being ranked for. Now we can come down here and on page 1, over here on your right, you'll see organic rank. That means that all these keywords are on page 1. Now, tomahawk axe throwing. Now, there's not a very big search volume for that. There's only 69 and 575 competing products. So that's probably not a really good keyword. But if we scroll down here, you'll see there's different volume keywords as we go. We'll go into make it a bigger page. So as we come down, we'll see there's fairly low volumes on page 1, but all these keywords they're ranking for, and they're on page 1 for, they're in position 1, page 1. So there's quite a lot. But what I can do now is I can change the search volume here. If I click on search volume, it will now bring me in to how many searches. So if we said throwing knife set, which probably isn't relevant, not all these words are the most relevant for your product, but if we go down here to throwing axe, we can see there's 24,000 searches and only 657 competing products. I really like that. So if you're looking for a product and you can see that the word is relevant to your product and that there's 24,000 searches and only 600 products, that's quite good sort of ratio. I think everyone would agree. And look, you can work your way down here. Camping knife, there's 13,000 searches, 10,000 competing products. Wood splitter, see, that's another good keyword, 10,536, and there's only 485 competing products. So what you're looking for is you don't want to go for the main keywords all the time because they can be a little bit harder to rank on page 1 for, but we can come down here a little bit further and we'll find throwing axes and tomahawks. There's 8,000 searches and there's still only 473. We can go down. What else have we got? Camp axe, 595 search volume and 719. So all these keywords you can put into your headline, your bullet points and your back end, and these are going to help you sell. So it's quite good sometimes to shoot a little bit under the radar and take some of these keywords that are axes and hatches. There's another one, hatchets, 4,189 searches, and there's 1,000 of those because we've gone into axes and hatches. So that's a pretty big sort of broad spectrum, but there's lots and lots of these keywords will come down. Hatchet with sheath, 3,500. So you could use all these different keywords into your product research and make a decision. Do you think it's going to be viable? Because, and you can see over here on the right side, the organic rank. So it's all these keywords are ranking well in the top 5 pages. Anything up to 48 will be on the first page. So there's a lot of these on the first page. So I think if people are looking for a quick way to do some keyword research that's going to sort of help them in their decision. But look, once again, you need to go into, maybe we'll just look here and say.
Sorry, Marg, can you zoom in? Somebody is saying that it's too small. The text is too small.
Can you, yep, I can do that.
Yeah, can you just use control and, and then just move the page.
Is that better? Can I see it better? No?
A bit more, yeah, zoom.
No,
go the other way.
It's gone the other way.
Yeah.
So that's, I can't get it any bigger actually. It's gone because it's just going out again when that's as big as I can get it.
Yeah.
Then it goes back. It goes, oh, hang on, there we go. God, we've got it now. It's really big.
There you go.
We'll just go back down. Yeah, no. So it's, okay. I can do it from up there now. It's brought it up the top. Okay, so so it gives you lots and lots of different, opportunities here by looking, and you can, this goes on for pages. If I go down.
Target's still small.
Still small? Okay, let's go.
Increase a bit.
What about that? Is that better?
No, it's still small, mate.
No.
Oh, see, it's big for me. It's showing big for me. It's going really big. Okay.
No, it's not going too big here.
Okay. What about that?
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I can hardly see much. I can't find anything.
It's on the opposite.
It's gone the opposite on my screen. Okay, I'll wing it because I think I know what I'm talking about here. So let's get to the bottom of the page. If I can, it's bizarre here. I've got half my screen's 2 words. So hang on a second. Oh God. Okay, I'll just try and get down to the end. So that's 150 keywords there. Oh, it's not, yeah. And there's 10 more pages. So there's a lot of keywords to look through here on, as we're going through this. So you've got lots of keywords that we could go up to page, I don't know, we'll go up to page 4 and just see what's there, what range. I've never looked at this product before, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, look, we're still got search volumes of 378 even on that page. So there's quite a lot of good keywords here for people to use. So I think you would find this would help you in your decision whether or not it's going to be viable and whether there's enough search volume. Search volume doesn't always mean sales though. So what you can do is, I'll go back to the other page where it's a bit more, and I'll just show you here. So if we go into, say, camping knife, we can click in here and have a look at the volume and the history of these keywords, so that you can see that in since September 2019, January, so obviously these sold really well at Christmas, but even during COVID, these have gone quite high. So every single keyword that's there, you can do this same search. So you can actually make a decision, does this sell at Christmas more? Does it sell at, how does it go during the year? So there's so much information in behind every one of these. So, you can spend a day just checking, wood splitter. Let's see how many people have bought a wood splitter. Yeah, so funnily enough, over Christmas. So obviously in the cold weather over there, people are out splitting wood, but it got very busy in May, which is their summer. So it's quite interesting whether they've all gone camping, but you would think they wouldn't be because of COVID. So, who knows what that is. So you've got lots and lots of information on this screen. And this is only one of the tools of Helium-10, but I think if anyone's sort of not got any tools whatsoever at the moment and is looking to do some product research, this is probably your best sort of bet, is to get into this. And look, there's about 10 other programs. I'll just flick into, this is the Helium-10 tools. Oh, can I? Is my screen showing to everyone normal size, or is it really big?
It's good.
It's good. Okay, it's not good for me, but anyway, okay, I'll work my way through. So we've got there's black box, magnet, Frankenstein, index checker, inventory. All these are different sections of the Helium-10. So and now I've got Freedom Ticket. Now, when you purchase Helium-10, you actually get Freedom Ticket, which is Kevin King's training course. And it's just recently been updated. Kevin and Bradley Sutton from Helium-10 have rewritten all this. So anyone who is very new and needs some help, you'll find most answers to what you need to learn in there. And there's things like follow-up alerts. I won't go into all these, but there is so much in here for the one-off monthly fee and to get. So I think people would have, it's a worthwhile thing. If you're going into this business and you don't have a tool to do your keyword research and all these things, you're not really serious. You've got to really spend a little bit of money to get yourself some information to do this. It's like, you can't be a carpenter if you haven't got some tools, and this is your tool. So I think most people who are thinking of doing this and haven't gone this step need to do a little bit of an outlay, and if they're going to be serious and want to make some money out of this, and not just play around and not be very successful, because if you don't understand how much the keyword volume is, how much the sales are, it's no good picking a pretty pink vase and saying, oh, I love that, I'm going to sell it on Amazon, because it doesn't work like that. So, yeah.
So in case anyone's interested, real quick, this is a code that you can use. This is an affiliate link. So Asian Seller 10 will get you 10% off. And you can also reach out to Margaret. She does coaching. So that's her email address, margaret@indiasourcingtrip.com, in case you need any help with your product research or anything else. Okay, so let's go into the specific steps now. So I know people are getting impatient. Denise is saying, I know how to use Helium-10. I'd like to hear about the available products. Denise, we're going to get to that. We just want to make sure that everybody is clear about the entire process, because there are a lot of people who are very new to selling on Amazon. So thanks a lot for your patience, Denise. Okay, so this is going to be the process, the overall process, and we're going to get into the steps because this is super important. This is something that's being done for the first time, and there's a lot of different steps involved, a lot of different people involved. So we want to make sure that everybody's clear about how this is going to work. So this is an overall view of how things are going to work. And Nick, can you just go over the steps here, very quickly, and then we'll go into the specific details. Nick, we can't hear you. Yes, I can get Margaret's email again. So yeah, that's Margaret emails Jill. So it's margaret@indiasourcingtrip.com. Right. And Mano, you're asking for the code. It's Asian Seller 10. Asian Seller 10. That's the code for annual off 10%. Asian Seller 10, all caps. Right. Jason is saying Helium-10 is a toolbox or workshop, not just a tool. Yeah, that's true. Nick, are you there?
I think she's muted, Megla.
No, she's not muted.
No? Oh, that's strange.
Nick, we can't hear you. No, she isn't.
She's talking.
Yeah, she's talking, but we can't hear her. Yeah, she can hear us, but we can't hear her. Yeah, Nick, maybe what you can do is just go into the gear icon at the bottom and make sure that the correct microphone is selected. In StreamYard, there's a gear icon at the bottom. So let me go into the steps, while Nick is setting her her microphone up. So let me go into the specific steps here first. So the first step is, we're going to give you a Dropbox link that has subfolders of all of the different products that Nick has put together. So you're going to get one Dropbox link, and we're going to post the link in the description of this post. And we're also going to be sharing the link by email. Sorry, Pallavi, can you share the code again? Pallavi, are you looking for the Helium-10 code? So that's Asian Seller 10. Asian Seller 10. That's the code for Helium-10. And I'll also put it in the description later. Okay, so you're going to be getting a Dropbox with all of these products, and you're also going to be getting a Google form that you need to fill in, and we'll show you the form in a bit. So what you need to do is go through all of the products in the Dropbox, select the products that you're looking for, and then complete the Google form. You'll need to select at least 3 products. That's what we recommend, because a lot of these products, suppliers say that they are ready with them, but maybe some of these products may need a bit of finishing, or they may need some touching up. So all of these products are in different conditions. So Nick needs to go back to the supplier and make sure that the product is actually available, and she also needs to confirm the prices with the supplier. So the product list that you're getting is just a very basic product list with all of the products, and some products have prices, some of them don't. So once you make your selections, then Nick's team is going to go back to the supplier and then confirm the prices, and then come back to you with the prices. And also, she's going to make sure that the style is available, because these suppliers are also trying to sell their stock to their other buyers. And also note that Nick is giving this stock to other groups as well. I mean, not only our group, there are other Amazon groups and other customers that Nick has. So these products are really going out to a lot of different types of buyers, not only Amazon sellers, but importers, retailers, brands, everybody. So it's super important for you guys to look at this list and make sure that you select your products as soon as possible, because it is possible that the products will be taken. And it's on a first come, first serve basis. So just keep that in mind. The first deadline is June 25th. So all of the orders that Nick gets, all of the requests that Nick gets before June 25, she's going to be processing them first, and then they're going to be shipped out, first, and then the second batch is July 10th. So all of the orders that she gets between June 25 and July 10, she's going to start processing them. And, that will make sure that you're able to receive the goods in Amazon FBA in time for Q4. Nick, are you there? Is your mic working? No, it's still not working. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was totally fine. I think what you can do, Nick, is just quit StreamYard and then come back again. Okay, just and then test your microphone. We'll keep talking here.
Yeah, no, that was a really good presentation, Marg, of some sort of basic, give people a basic idea of sort of Helium 10 and sort of the research, because some of the stuff we've got here, like you said, some of the stuff we've seen so far, Megla, is really, really good, but we don't know if it's Amazonable. That's the $100 million question. So people will really need to do their sort of due diligence, but they've certainly got a lot to choose from, and I think even if there's some businesses in the background watching this, there's going to be some opportunity for them to pounce, right? Possibly as well. So. Nick,
you're there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Finally.
Okay, so take over.
Yeah. So can we go back to the first chart where the flow chart was there, so I can explain from there?
Yeah.
Actually, so the whole process is actually very. We have tried to make this simple, but we have to understand that which part belongs to whom, because this is something which is going to happen with a lot of like some part will be handled by us, some by supplier, and some by the customers. So to make it going free flow, so this is the chart. So first of all, we have placed all the offers that reached us. We have placed them in one Dropbox, and we have shared the link with everybody. And it has a lot of data, a lot of pictures, product offers in multiple product categories, like starting from home textiles, decoration, kitchen products, and even fragrances and gift items. So I'm sure like stationery products. So I'm sure like many people would have a lot of categories in case if they have a specific interest, inclination, they can find something there. And once they made the selections, after that, the Google form, which would be given along with that. So they can feed up their requirement there, and we would be processing on those selection requests and order requests. Once that is done, we would be going back to all the customers who have given us the selection information. We would be going back and we would give them the price, offers, and availability. Because stock position is pretty volatile, like we don't know by the time we go back. There is a probability that because supplier is also trying to sell it, like by whatever means they can. So it's we would be going back in that particular point. We would check with them if it is there, and the final price also, what they want to keep for it. And generally it is like they want to keep it, like even if they're getting cost to cost, they're happy selling it. So this is something which is also a good situation, and we would be giving two prices. Not only the current price, we would also give the if you go for a replenishment order, what would be the actual price. So you can see that if you want to sell it at the same price, or you want to sell it because you are getting discount, so you want to sell it as a discounted price, it's up to you entirely. But we would be giving two prices, one for the stock and one for fresh product. So after the confirmation, then it's important that some service fee would be provided to our office so that we can conduct the initial inspection. We would be inspecting the goods before you pay for the product for 50%, which is the order values 50%. So before that gets paid, we can conduct the inspection to ensure that the stock what we are seeing is of good quality and it's in the right quantity as the supplier is confirming. Then the next step is once we confirm back about the initial inspection and we see that everything is fine and it can be shipped, and exact shipping time also, because if it is getting ready in the first, if the production is already done and it's packed and just labeling has to be done, or it will take say another 15 days. So we will give information also about that at this stage. I am at the section which is written initial inspection. So after that, once initial inspection confirmation is given, then 50% of product cost payment will need to be made. And once that payment is done, then supplier can simply proceed with the packaging. And, like in case if any specific labeling is required, they would be doing that part also. And then we would conduct the final inspection. After final inspection, we would inform everybody that with the photographs of the inspection and inspection report, and like what is exactly the packing list, so that they can generate the master carton labels accordingly. And then once final balance payment is done for the goods, the 50% of the product payment, then the shipping cost and our office fee, and then we would move the goods for consolidation. And all the consolidated goods would be, we are targeting 40 high cube containers for consolidation of multiple customers altogether. So this is based on probability of how many orders we get at one point of time, because we are planning 40 high cube containers every week. So when we are when the goods are coming up, and by which week the consolidation is possible, or if we can like hold on for the next consolidation, we can keep in touch in that way. And then I think, there is nothing which the customer needs to do. That part is onto us, and we would take care of that, and we would inform them then when the goods arrive Amazon warehouse. They will be getting update on that. So in the chart, if you see, the yellow filled sections are the sections which are to be noticed by the customer, and these are the steps which are to be taken by the customer side, and the pink steps are what would be taken up by us. That is how it is. If any questions, I'm here to answer.
Yeah, and let's just go through the details as well.
Yes. So so this is like when you get the Google form, we recommend that everybody should make at least 3 selections from the available stock. This is very important, because in case if it is happening like that, the first selection, if they select only one product and that product somehow is not available, then they have to go back and make the search again, which will be time consuming. So it's recommended that if you take like at least 3 products, so we know, and you can in the form there is a section which you can mention like priority products. So your first choice of product, the second choice, and the third choice, so that you would get something out of your choice, the priority you have set for that. And once we get that, so any product selections which we would get by June 25th, so we would be processing that, and all this is going to happen on first come first serve basis. So you can go it like as and when it comes, we would be processing the request, and you would hear from us on the price part. Then the team estimated price, like we will be working out the estimated prices, and we would tell you that what would be the shipping cost also, based on around that time only. So now I think, Meghla, you can change the.
Yeah.
Okay. So now once the order prices are confirmed, in that case, I would like, this is required that we need to know that what kind of packaging you would like to go for. We recommend that if you want to keep it basic, so you will get maximum benefit out of that, because the normal standard packing is already there. And in case if it's any specific box kind of a requirement is there, in that case, this can happen that this may take a little longer. But if it is a normal logo label or any sticker or any tag is to be placed, that part can be done without any difference in the timeline for production. So that can be taken up when they pack the goods. We would be confirming the lead time at the same time when we would give the prices, and after that 50% advance, as most likely if it is one invoice, and in case if it is like multiple different kind of, if you make 3 selections which is from 3 different suppliers, then in that case we will try if we can keep that one invoice, and if it is not possible, in that case we would need 2 invoices or 3 invoices. So in case if you, I mean to say that in case if you make 3 choices and you want to have all 3 in that case, so then we would conduct the final inspection. So once we do the final inspection, afterwards we will give the packing list, because that would be the actual packing list, and on that basis you can generate the master carton labels. One point I missed, I would like to go back a little. which is like by the time the order is confirmed and 50% advance is paid, we would request the sellers that if they can, give us the product barcode, so that the supplier, before final inspection, we need that, because the final inspection we conduct after the goods are 100% packed. So before that we would need that. So as soon as possible they can give us these barcodes, that would be appreciated. So afterwards we would be just proceeding with the master carton labels would be coming to us, and we would be going back with the shipping cost, which in terms of like, because if it is consolidating, then we would tell you that how much big benefit it's going to bring to you if you actually go for consolidation. That is the whole idea about it, because you're going to save a lot on that for the first shipment. So whatever impact this pandemic has done to us, I hope that we can do something to minimize the impact on everybody all around the world. So then after that, sellers are going to pay for the balance of the product and the shipping cost and our fee, and then consolidated goods would go and get sold. So then you just don't need to do anything. We would take care of all the things in between, and just wait till you hear that goods have arrived.
Right. And we also want to just explain what exactly is consolidation over here. So there are various ways to, ship items. And we also have some comparison over here of the cost if you're shipping by air or sea, and consolidation. We'll come to that in a little bit. We have some questions here. So let's take these questions before we move on. So Chinmay is asking, will we get an estimate of shipping and duties before we place the order?
Right. So we can give you like, if you give us the yes, as you understand that this is not possible to give the accurate one, because we don't know. We would need certain information in between, but and whether can consolidate the goods or not, that's again a probability, as I said. So if your goods are getting consolidated on that basis, and if your goods are going individually, then on that basis the shipping cost will vary a lot. So actually, with some working it's possible, but the only situation is because we are getting so many inquiries right now and getting it in the processing. So we are preferring going for consolidation to save it for everybody, and we can give you an estimated price, yes, but giving it on case-to-case basis to everybody may not be possible. So actually the answer of your question in exact is yes, it is possible, but for now, because it's so many requests are coming, so if we start giving it to everybody, it would be a lot of so the possibility is a little less for that.
Right.
But we can give you an estimate that if this is going to be the weight of your shipment, you would get to have some idea about it by the chart which we are going to show to you. So you can have some idea from that. So you can calculate it by yourself as well.
Okay. And we'll get to the details of the comparison in a bit. But so this is the cost breakdown. So these are the costs that people will have. Do you want to go through this, Nick, real quick?
Yes, we can do that. So the cost of the goods, as I said, that suppliers are many of them have given me a call, and they said that we would like to sell the goods, even if it is we are getting it cost to cost, because we are their investment is already done and it's stressing them, so they want to sell it off, and some of them are trying to find a suitable customer for that. So you are already getting discount on the cost of the goods. Then door-to-door shipping and custom duty. So this is you have no hassles of arranging anything in between, no shipping agent, no forwarder. We take care of all that by ourselves. So you only get to have the final invoice, the final inspection report and the photographs, and afterwards it's just that you can simply relax and wait for the goods to come. We would handle all that part. So when door-to-door shipping is happening, in that case, what we are doing, that we are taking all the goods from all over India as per the orders, and we are consolidating it together. So within one container, we are putting up everything, for different customers, and it's just because it's affecting the cost. Because if you go for individual shipping, it is expensive. But it's if you are sharing the cost, then it's obviously benefiting everybody. So if it is happening in a way that your goods are like bigger volume or smaller volume, you get to pay the same kind of, more or less same kind of cost for per kg or per CPM, you can say. So now our fee is like our regular fee. I'm sure like there are many people who are already our customers. I can see them here. So some of them, they already know that our regular fee is $550 and or 5% of total invoice value, whichever is higher. But just for the stock sales, which is valid only till 31st of August, we have given discount on that, and now it is $440 or 4% of total invoice value, whichever is higher. So it's like we have kept it simple, and we have also reduced it because we want this to get going right now in present time, and it's important that everybody gets what, get something to get going, especially for the people who are, I'm sure that people who are already selling on Amazon from quite some time, they would already be able to see what is there, how this can benefit them. But people who are going to sell for the first time, this is, I would say that it's a situation which they may not be getting. Even we are also not looking at. We just hope that such stock never gets accumulated, this way ever anywhere in the world. But yes, but
Right.
as of now, yes, so we are just trying and hoping that everybody can take benefit of that situation also right now.
Okay, so let's talk about the various types of shipments. And sorry, there's a typo here. This should be air, LCL, and FCL, not FLC. So air and LCL is less than container load, and FCL is full container load. So what we're trying to do over here is consolidate everybody's shipments and put them together in one container and ship them as one shipment to the US so that everybody can take advantage of the FCL cost. So what Nick has done, she's actually given us the approximate cost of shipping via various, means, air and LCL and FCL, just to give you guys an idea of how this affects the shipping. So let's go through this. So Nick, do you want to walk us through this chart over here and tell us what's going on?
Yes. Yeah. So it's mostly, if your goods are lighter, people opt for air shipping in place of sea shipping because they want the goods to get arriving there faster. And if it is light shipment, then they don't get to have the benefits because too much hassle and too much long time in sea shipping. So in case we are fine with both kind of consolidations, air shipping and sea shipping. So if you have, if any customer has LCL, so that means it's like it's getting like loose container load, so which is not going in a full container. So the prices for that, because of the handling fee and everything and the rest of the taxes and at destination port also are comparatively higher. So that is how it goes. So I would just take you through this chart, which is giving a very approximate chart, and this is all based on one Amazon warehouse address, and I have simply put up the details we have been doing for one warehouse address. This is like from our past records, so I've just taken out this information here. So for 100 kgs, you can say that what we saw, the customer has paid about 8.43. This cost 8.43 includes everything in between, which is from door to door, like picking from the supplier and landing till Amazon warehouse. So everything included, not only the air freight, but also the rest of the cost associated as well.
Except the duty, right?
Except the duty. Yeah. And then for 200 kgs, this is the cost, 8.14. For 500 kg of air shipment, the cost is 7.79. So you can see that if you are shipping goods, which is 100 kg, then this is the cost. And if you are shipping 500 kg, then the cost is less. Same way, if you are going for LCL, in that case also you can see here in the chart, which is like 500 kgs. We have assumed CBM here. Because we have calculated on the basis of kg here, so just to give you a comparative study. So then 500 kgs means that it's going to be 6.43. Like this is what the customer paid, like couple of, this is 6 months record. So we have taken out. So Then 1000 kg around, it was about 5.79, and 1200 kgs, like it was like 5.57. So, and if the goods get consolidated in 40 high cube container, so in that case, the cost for everybody comes around per kg 0.98. This itself is a very big difference, and you can see that if anybody's goods are, and in one full 40 high cube container, generally the cost which comes is like, I would like to tell you the weight which it takes. So it can take somewhere in between 20,000 depending on the CBM, because every product would, some products are there which weigh differently, but volume is more. So based on the volume and the weight like ratio, there is a probability, but they can, in a 40 high cube container, it's possible to ship at least like 20,000 kgs till 25,000 kgs. So that could, this is also again approximation, as I'm saying, because we have done consolidation. So depending on everybody's weight and volume, this would be calculated, and this is the difference which comes up. So suppose if your shipment is only 250 kg and somebody's shipment is like 1200 kg, they get to have the same price for per kg.
And also, of course, for LCL and FCL, the CBM is more important than weight. And Denise is also pointing this out. But we've just done this to show the comparison. We've just kind of assumed, we've actually taken the CBM of the goods that were shipped, and this is for one specific item. So this is a wooden decorative item. So it will of course vary. Every product has a different CBM. But this is just to illustrate the difference. And this we're just taking, one example. So this does not mean to say that this will be your exact cost, but this is just to show you the difference and how much of a difference consolidation can make, or how much of a difference, sending that one product in one container can make. So just be very clear about that. This is not the exact price that you will pay if you ship. It will vary, but this is just an illustration. So
this is something, and this is also not right now, because currently if you talk about the air shipping prices, that has like gone 3 to 4 times right now. So depending on the situation, these prices may vary, but you can have some idea about it, because these are the actual cases which we have taken out, because it's not possible to calculate it like by kg that way, because the goods for container goes by CBM. But what we have done, this is a case study, so we have taken up the entire shipment cost, what the customer had to pay at that point, and what was the weight of the shipment. So just for the calculation ease, we have divided this ratio. So this is here in front of you, and you would get to have some idea about it. So based on your, like if you are working with any forwarder, if you're working like by yourself, if you want to refer this for your future use also, you can keep that. So this is something which would be close to it. So this is going to be somewhere closer. All these costs are calculated for, this is for Rialto, California. So that is what was the warehouse for. So as I said, that we have taken it for one single warehouse, goods going from India, from different places of India, but going to same warehouse. That's how. So just a comparative study.
And that's just an example of the warehouse, but that does not mean that all these goods will go to that specific warehouse. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so Margaret Jolly is asking, why are you shipping to the West Coast? Isn't the East Coast quicker for shipments from India? So Nick, do you want to answer that?
We decide about that we want to ship it where. It is going to, it is going to get decided on the basis of probability, because when we would get the shipping labels, along with that, the customers would be giving us that where they want the goods to go. So it is going to get, maybe some of the containers might be going to East Coast, some of the containers might be going to West Coast. So it would be depending on where exactly we are getting it, and that's how it's going to get spread.
Right. So Denise is also asking, to what US port will the goods or container be shipped?
Yeah, it will be decided on the basis of where, what is the warehouse address the customers are going to provide to us. So whatever address they would get us, like we would be taking to the nearest port there.
Okay. Jason is saying, full service through Nick, my favorite kind of sourcing. just the consolidation alone saves you the need for the $2,000 US customs bond if you ship on your own. That more than makes up for Nick's fees. Exactly. So that's a big difference as well for consolidation. You don't have to, like, each person doesn't have to do their documentation. All of the shipments will go under one company that Nick would manage all of that. And then once the shipment reaches the US, then it'll go to, each individual person's destination.
Yes. So
yeah.
actually, and this is, as I said, that actually because we have kept our service charges very minimal, just because we want to help the situation. And as I said, this is an experiment, so I don't say that there won't be any kind of challenges, because I have not seen anybody doing it. And but I just thought of this because I was feeling like that, because at this side I see the suppliers holding the goods, and at that side I was seeing that people couldn't do any new developments, they couldn't travel. So if this works, which I see that, because of the structure. So that's the reason I made this whole structure. And
so this is DDP. Mano is asking, this is DDP. Yes, it is DDP. So it will include everything. But as Nick said, we have to wait to see how many orders they get to confirm if they can actually do consolidation. So there may be it is possible that some products will just go separately and some will be consolidated. So we are trying to do consolidation. I mean, that's the objective, and we're hopeful that we will be able to do it. But just be aware that it's a possibility we might not be able to do that. Okay, so does the price of goods? Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, this is how you can say that you're helping yourself and you're helping others at the same time. So as many orders as it comes, it's the probability of consolidation would be more. But as of now, because we have just started selling the goods from today itself, from this morning, so it's just going to get alive, and just all the groups everywhere, it would be going now. So on the basis of probability, I see that, because I've already started getting some responses on, people have already started filling the forms and everything, to the previous group that I have given, around this morning. So I see that.
Let's take a question from Wendy. Does the price of goods include printing barcode on the packaging? So Wendy, we're going to talk about the packaging in a bit, but the price includes stickers, first of all, FBA stickers. That will be done for you. The price includes that. And printing on the packaging. So that the price will include that as well, right, Nick?
Yes. So printing on the packaging, so the barcode sticker which goes on the product, that is included here. That's not a problem. But in case if anybody wants a specific tag or the box, having a bigger sticker, so we can talk about that cost.
Okay, so let's talk about the packaging now that we're on the subject. So first of all, we want you to keep it simple, because that will save you a lot of time and effort. So for this specific stock, we just want to give you corrugated box, which is the standard, and then we will Nick can actually put a sticker on the box. If you have your own logo or anything, you can actually put a sticker. And so Nick, is this part of the price, like including the sticker on the box, or would that be separate?
Depending on how big sticker you want, like if you because some may like to have the whole box printed as well, because so depending on the box printing means that it will take more time. So if it is a small sticker, it doesn't have many colors in it, so depending on the sticker we can talk about it on case to case basis. So when we would go back with the prices, that time along with the selection itself, because we have made this section in the form, so if they like any product, they can talk about the packaging there itself. So by the time we would go back with the prices, if they give us this information at the time of selection, and Google Forms, the forms also has this section there for them to fill. So if they give us this information beforehand, we can calculate it and we can give it along with the price.
Okay, cool.
Nick, but you could still, if someone wanted to have sort of customized packaging, I know it was the next question down, but if someone wanted to have some customized packaging, all it is going to take longer, isn't it? It's a longer process.
Yes. It's only that it will take longer. And one important thing which I would like to say here, because consolidations we are looking at, because the goods are for autumn winter 20 sales. So that means that the ideal time for everybody, going by my experience so far, I think everybody would like to have their goods in the warehouses by September, which means that we have to move the goods from here by end of July, starting from end of July till mid-August, you can say. So if that is the that, so we have planned up the containers like that, that if we whatever selections we get by 25th of June, then we would be processing them and they would be leaving earlier, which means that the first container can leave by 15th of July, and then at by July end, and then first week of August, and then second week of August. So ideally we are planning like 4 weeks, and it's a one-time project, it's one-time thing. Then that this all consolidation is happening, because later on it would depend how everybody's sales goes, and if they are interested in making repeat for that. So consolidation will always be a probability, but I see that happening. So that's the reason we have planned it for 4 weeks only. So the first container, as I said, that it will go by 15th of July, which means that if they can give 30 days for the working, that is will make things possible for us to handle.
Right. So Denise is asking, can it be put in a poly bag with a product insert instead of putting in a box?
It can be done, but generally, I think for Amazon, the master carton is important. So the item can go in a poly bag if that is the kind.
That's what he means.
Yeah, that's what he means. Yeah.
That's what he means. Yeah, of course, it depends on the product too, but that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some questions about the cost. So let's just go over the costs a little bit, again. So some people are asking, they're confused about the exact cost. So let's bring up this question. So Pauline is asking, so we pay $200 service fee for sourcing and then $440 again for shipping besides the product cost? No, Pauline. So the total cost for Nick's fee is $440 or 4% of the invoice value, whichever is higher. That's her total cost for processing one shipment per person. And the $220 is 50% of her cost that you are paying in advance. Does that make sense? Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And you can say that at the end, after final inspection, then people pay either $220 or 4% balance, whatever it happens. But the first one is standard, because that's for initial inspection. And because even if we have given the price and everything, so we can invest into conducting a detailed inspection at the initial stage itself, because it's very important that we see that how the goods are and if the quantity exactly. So we would like to revalidate that. So this is the cost of working for us to conduct that inspection. So that's the reason we are taking it earlier. And the balance part would be $220 only. So it is just got split. It's not that it's initially different and later it's 600. It's not like that. It's only
Right.
440 total.
Lois is asking, will you ship to Australia?
We can do that also. As I said, that the destinations are going to get, but the consolidation possibility is going to depend on the probability, which we would get to know after we get the order, requirements, which is starting from now.
So Keith is asking, is Nick's fee for product inspection or the whole process? It's for the whole process, Keith.
For the whole process.
For the whole process. Yeah. For everything. So that includes, getting you the prices, coordinating with the suppliers, everything, inspection, final inspection, everything.
Yes. Even all the the shipping process also, and two stage inspections as well, and packaging as well.
So Helen is asking, will we be able to get a single sample sent to us to get our own photos done and to see it for ourselves? So let's talk about photography now, and then we'll come to the samples question as well. But let's talk about photography, because that's something that we had to cover. So we actually have Aaron Hughes, who is a part of India Sourcing Trip. He's actually a coach on India Sourcing Trip. And he is going to, he actually lives in India, in Hyderabad, and he also has a photography service that he offers. And he also does, listing optimization, writing the copy, titles, keyword research, and he does a lot of different things. So we would strongly recommend to reach out to Aaron because he is based in India and he's very familiar with the types of images that are required for Amazon. Because he himself is an Amazon seller. He has his own brand that he's been selling for quite a few years, and so it'll be very convenient for you to just ship a sample from the supplier or from Nick's office to Aaron in Hyderabad, and then his team can manage all of the photography. And actually, I got my photographs done by Aaron's team as well, and I was pretty happy with the outcome. So they can also do, they can touch up your images if you want. They can do lifestyle shots, and they can Photoshop images as well for you. So, and Aaron is actually here. He's Aaron. We only see you as Facebook user. You need to give access to StreamYard. Yeah. But Aaron is in our group, so if you want, you can reach out to him directly. Send him a DM, and he'll respond. But otherwise, you can also check out his website. His company is called E-commerce Wala. And for those of you who are in India, you know that Wala means somebody who does something, like Sabzi Wala is the vegetable seller.
Like the tea Wala.
The tea Wala, exactly.
Yeah. But Megla, could we just tell people also that within India, if they send a product sample to Hyderabad, where Aaron is based, internal is quite cheap to send products within India. It's quite cheap, absolutely. Isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be very cheap to do that. And Aaron is saying, just pretty happy. I'm offended. We shoot for blown away. Yes. They were really good, Aaron. Okay, Aaron. So check out his website, ecommercewala.in. All the prices and everything are there, and just reach out to him. So Denise is asking, if I don't want to use Aaron's services, how do I get product in advance for photography? Okay. So Nick, how does this handle?
Yes. So when
let's talk about samples too.
I think that we can take everybody through the Google form. So this will answer a lot of questions which are coming up here. So there, when everybody, when you make product selections in the form, that time there is a column where you can put up your requirement for samples. Say if you want to have one sample or two samples, you can always place request for that. So prices would also be on the basis of we would give you sample cost also, what is going to be there, because if the sample is ready, so it's not that you would have 4 times of the cost. It's going to be the same cost what is there for production, but the courier cost is going to happen. So we can keep that part separately, and samples can be organized. So yes, you can have the samples for doing the photo shoot all by yourself and having a look for the product before you take a call.
Right. Okay, so Ajay is asking, will this process work if I have my own product, or the product must be yours?
I didn't get the question.
So I think what he's asking is this entire process, do you usually follow the same process for your other regular products?
I think I'm getting the question. So Ajay, maybe he can just confirm this once again over the message. Are you trying to say that you want to take the benefit of consolidation and you want to sell your own product? Is that?
Yeah. So just to clarify, the consolidation is something that we're doing only for these products, because there are a lot of products that are readily available and we can ship them out at the same time. But generally, Nick doesn't do consolidation for Amazon sellers, but all the other services are offered. So her regular fees, if you have any products that you want to source yourself, you can reach out to her. And if you want to do any product development, you can also reach out to her directly for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if we have any questions over here. So $440 per item. It's not per item, so it's per importer, or per seller, you could say, right?
Yes, per seller, because anything which is getting placed as at one time, it's not that if you're giving 2 requirements, if you're giving all your requirements at one time, and we are getting to process it at the one time. So everything we are, as I said, that if you have bought 3 products from different suppliers, we are going to try to put that together under one invoice. So you can call it one invoice means one $440. So if you buy 5 products or 10 products, it does not matter. How many items, it does not matter, but how many times you do that, because there could be a possibility that people might be putting up their request for like before 25th, and by the time it's closing down, that time also they may like to have something. So like if you place 2 orders at different intervals, then it's 440. So per cycle you can say it is going to be 440. How many items, that does not matter.
Okay. Mark is saying, bought my airline ticket today. Wow. Amazing, Mark. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to meet you. We're gonna have so much fun with Mark. I just know it.
Hey Mark, that cold beer is waiting.
And Chris, I hope you're ready with your song.
Yeah. He's writing a song right now. Mark.
Yeah. All right. Pete is asking, what is the average MOQ?
Okay, so it depends on the availability of the goods, and we have to talk to the seller, because some of them are holding a very big quantity also, but people may not like to go if it is like say 10,000 pieces available, so you may not like to have. So if you want to buy just 500 or 1,000 pieces or 200 pieces or whatever, so like people can give us like what is their preferred quantity to buy, and then we can check back. And this is also possible that the quantity is only 500 and somebody wants to buy 1,000. So then also they will get to know, because it is not something that people are going to produce. It's already there at stages. So the timeline for which we have targeted is between 7 to 30 days for the production time. We need to give this much time to the supplier to like put things in like packing form after the finishing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so Mano is asking, how does insurance work while you consolidate for shipping?
We take care of all that. So that means that because you get to have your goods landed there, and because we conduct the inspection from this side, and when the goods reach there, by the time like in the consolidation and in a 40-feet high cube container, the goods are more safe than they stay in the air shipment or LCL.
Right. Denise is asking, is there better pricing to take the full quantity versus partial quantity? Yeah, that's a good question.
Correct me if I'm understanding this question in wrong way. Is the pricing to take the full quantity versus partial quantity?
So let's say a supplier has like 100 pieces available in stock. So if we take all the 100 pieces.
Yeah, now I understand. Yeah. So it is like, it depends actually. But yes, if you take the full quantity in that case, because they would be more likely to reduce the prices for that, because they will appreciate to get it going completely. So yes, because we would go back and we would talk to the supplier, and if you have a target, if you tell us, that definitely, if you take the full quantity, it definitely should make some impact on prices.
Yeah. So Nick, you can negotiate on their behalf if someone comes to you and asks you a certain,
Yes, and they are anyway offering discounts. They're already doing it. They're giving the prices, because we would be giving the actual prices also for that. It's not that they're getting just the present price, because next time if they want to put a replenishment order, so the same set of suppliers would be making it in in future also. So they can't be giving this offer every time, because this is the situation. They are getting stressed, and to make their like financial circulation, they want to just sell it without profit also. But next time they might be doing it with a regular working structure. So at that time the price would be different.
So Kulbahar is asking, do you provide bill from US company? And then later he's clarified he means invoice.
No, we don't. No. There is no payment which is going to happen in US. You're going to make all the payment to for the orders. You're going to pay it to one company, which we got in between to solve the situation, like for consolidation, because it was important. So you would make payments to 2 accounts, you can say. And for the shipping cost and our fee would be coming up at a different account, and for the products it would be going to the different account. But you wouldn't be paying any taxes or any duty, because we would be pre-calculating paying it at this site. Everything would be prepaid for that.
Right. Okay, so Mike is asking, can this type of consolidation be done on a regular basis if we need to restock these same products?
as I said that it all depends on the probability. So if I keep on getting this kind of response in future also, like people want to put up the replenishment orders, yes, consolidation can always happen. But and we had been doing that because we have done it for a couple of customers together because they were all our customers, and I had the visibility that their goods would be ready by then because my office was handling the entire process for them. So it just that within the office, so it was easy for us that different teams we have. So they were everybody's shipment was kind of coming up together. So we have shipped it to one. We have done that earlier, but that was not on this level. Right now, we are doing it on a very mass scale.
Yeah. And for regular orders, we also have Samiksha in our group who manages most of the shipments for people. So maybe we can talk to her, and if people can get together and if they have orders going out at the same time, maybe we can do something in the group and talk to her if she can do the consolidation for regular orders. But all of this that we're talking about is specifically for these stock items that are available. Okay, so Wendy is asking for further orders. Do we go through Nick or do we deal directly with the factory? So you should go through Nick. I mean, she's she's found the supplier for you. That's a good business practice. We need to continue going to the shopping agent. It's not very nice to go directly to the factory.
Let me just reply to this question, Meghla. Well, I would just simply like to say that please have an experience on this with us, and then you would get to have the decision if you want to do it by yourself or you would like to go by the factory. Because I'm sure anybody who has worked with us so far, they have never gone anywhere. They prefer having us somewhere. So they enjoy working with us. So I'm sure, I hope that you would like to work with us.
Yeah, and it's very convenient to have a sourcing agent. I mean, that's my personal view. Like I always source via sourcing agents because you can just tell them, okay, this is what I want, and go look for it. Right? I mean, if you work direct, of course, if you have a good supplier and you've developed a good relationship and you've found a good product and you know that they can deliver consistent quality, then it definitely works. But I just feel it's more convenient. Okay, so let's go through the rest of I think we've covered everything over here, packaging, delivery. So let's go to the Google form now. Let's show people the Google form, and then we will also show people just the products. Okay, so let me just give you a second. My computer is very slow today. I think I need a new computer. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Okay, there's one more question, Nick, that I think is really important that we should take here. So someone's asking, what delays would COVID-19 have on order completion? A lot of manufacturers are operating on 30% staffing. Yes, that's a very important question.
So that's the reason we have taken from 7 to 30 days, because as I said, that most of the goods are almost ready. So that means that actually the goods can leave like right now, but we have still kept that buffer of 30 days because even if they need time, they would be able to do that. And it is in suppliers' interest because whatever orders they are getting or whatever developments they are doing, they have time for that, but they need to move the stocks, and everybody understands that that is for sales for autumn winter only. So if they want to get their circulation done, so whatever they have in hand, they would like to sell it first. So it's in everybody's interest, and suppliers all understand this. So they are going to put up their, like if I am giving any new development to the suppliers right now, I'm getting to hear back that the development would take at least like 30 days because we have to look at moving the goods what we are holding right now. So that's how it's going right now.
Yeah. So Jason says, go through Nick if you're happy with our service. Saves you a ton of hassle from ordering, inspections, arranging shipping, etc., which will most certainly cost you more time and money. We're all in this together. Yes, that's so true.
That's for sure.
Really true. That's
well said, Jason.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the Google form. So we'll send you the link. The link to this form will be posted in the post description, and you're also going to get it by email if you are signed up for our list. So you need to submit your order requirements here, and you need to make at least 3 product choices, and you need to, they're in order of your preference. So you're going to say, this is my first preference, second preference, and third preference. And just make sure that you remember that this is on a first come, first serve basis. So, if the product is not available when by the time you order it, you might have to go for your second or third preference, or, none of the 3 products may be available. It is possible. So be sure that you act fast on this. Okay, so let's go through the fields over here, Nick. So first of all, email address, buyer name, that's very standard, that got referred by. So because this list is going out to all the different groups, so we just want to make sure that Nick is aware where you're coming from. So over here, if you're watching this, over here, then you can just say Virtual India Sourcing Show, or mention my name or Margaret's name or our group name. Okay, so here is your company name, phone number with product, with country code, and also your WhatsApp number. So this should be your preferred WhatsApp number, because that's very convenient to communicate via WhatsApp. Okay, so
it's
next
easy for us to share the photographs of inspection, any quick discussion, so that helps.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Nick, you talk about this over here, the rest of the field. So style, item code, first choice.
Yeah, so style and item code, as I said earlier, that it would be good if everybody makes like at the least 3 choices. So you can put that up in priority order. So this is like, if you make choices, this is your first choice, this is your second choice. So we know that in case if this is available, then you would like to go for that. Then the second choice and the third choice. And first choice you can put up here. You can like just put, because when you would see the offers in the link, you would get to have the style codes along with all the product pictures. So when you see the code, you can put up that code here. Then you can select the product image. You can save that with you, and you can upload that picture here. Or if you want to upload the Excel file, you can do that also with putting up your comments. But it's advisable if you can just simply put up the picture here. So you can just save the JPG file here.
So most of the products are in Excel file or PowerPoint. So what you need to do is just save the image separately as a JPEG, or take a screenshot of the image and then upload it here.
Yes. Then confirm buying quantity, first choice. Like for the first, what is the product which you want to buy? Like, that this is the first one. So then you can put up the quantity for that product at the same time. Your preferred, not what is available. We would check and get back to you for that. And we can discuss that going forward. Same base, second choice, for you have to put up the item code, then upload a picture and then confirm the quantity. And the same way, the third choice, so you can put up the style code, then upload a picture and confirm the quantity. Then in case if somebody wants to have it like that, okay, we want to buy more than one, and I would like to go for all the 3 choices I have made. So you can just mention it here that you would like to go for only one. So if you say that you want only one product, in that case, we would work out that which is the first choice. So if the first choice is available, you get that. If the first choice is somehow, in case if that is already sold, then we would take up the second choice product for you. And then if it is also not available, then the third choice product we would keep for you. That is how we can do it. So this will get you more probability of getting. So when you do the, when you go through the entire offers of stocks, then you can make at least 3 choices. This is recommended.
Right. So Denise is asking, do I have to indicate first, second, third preference, or can I just indicate all that are of interest? Maybe I want 20 items and prioritize. It doesn't make sense. I think Denise, in this case, maybe Denise can reach out to you directly. If there are more than 3 products that some people are interested in, or they want higher quantities, I think it's just best to contact Nick directly.
You can just form again. You can fill up. You can fill up the form again, and you can put it up that way. So we would understand, because there are people who work with us like in different categories altogether. So in this category they want 3 products. In other category they want 3 products. So then you can fill up the different forms. So like the bottom line is that we need to have the requirements coming up in consolidated form. So like you can see that how you can make it easy for us. So, so that we can process it faster for you.
Right. Okay. So the next one, case pack.
So case pack is like here you can say that if you want your product to be like single piece, or you want to have, like, for example, if you're buying a throw and a cushion cover, so then you want this to go like a throw separate and a cushion cover separate, or you want to have it as a set. Suppose if you are having a trays which are available in 3 sizes, so you want to have all 3 trays going as a different one pack of one size and one tray, or you want to get it going like a set of 3 together. So you have to specify it here. You can write it like you want 1 piece pack or 2 piece or set, or like at the set details. And country of sales for you. So this is the answer for the question, because that is what answer to this would define that how many containers are going in which direction. It is, we can handle it for, like, we would be taking it up like, or not only for US, but if somebody wants it for Australia or even for UK, we will be taking care of that. But it depends that what is the probability which we are getting. It would be consolidation is a probability which we will get to know after having the whole requirements from everybody. Okay, then as basic FBA packaging or any special packaging advice. I mentioned about this point when this question came in between, that we recommend that if you go for, if you try to keep the packaging which is like basic, it will get you chances of having your goods coming into consolidation more, because, and you would also get your goods well on time and covering, having the full benefit of the season. Because even if you buy anything like right now, start working on a new development, it's going to be difficult for you to have your goods by September there, but these goods can be there by September. So if you still want to go for a different packaging, it can be done, but that may take a little longer, and consolidation may not be possible, but we can always treat it as a separate order later. Okay, so here is like preferred shipping mode. So in case if you want to have your goods faster, you can always go for like by air and by sea, and the consolidation is going to happen by both ways. So air consolidations will also be happening depending, as I said, that it's all like depending on how many requirements we get for air shipments. So we would be putting all things together that way. Here is the section where you can put up in case if you have a sample requirement, and of course that would be like prepaid, but at the same time, like we can handle that. So if you want a sample at any stage for photo samples, and so you can mention your request here. That's it, right, for like this form. And in case if there is any specific question, they can always like let us know also.
Right. So somebody was asking for your email address. I'm just going to display it here shortly. And of course, the email address will be sent by email and also posted in the post description, but it's merchant@elementsofIndia.com. So just take note of that email address over here. Okay, we've got a couple of questions. Let's see. Okay, what if I want to proceed with more than one product? Will you tell me if all of them are available? With Mark space when you read this out. What Mark space when you read this out?
I keep telling her to stop ordering more products. She keeps going.
Well, okay. Yes, sir. If it is more than one, we do that. We will come back to the prices for that.
Okay, cool. Esther is saying, can't believe I'm still awake. Randy, same. I'm not sure how long I'll last. Okay, Mano has one more question. While processing through barcode and SKU, if I'm asked to send my package to Texas warehouse, you will take care of the same?
Through barcodes,
I guess he's like asking which, like, you will send it out, send the products to any warehouse that is required, right? It doesn't really matter whether it's East or West.
Yeah, and that is whether like Amazon or your any prep center. So it's up to you, but you don't need to do that. If in case you think that you need to get your stuff somewhere just to have the labels, that is not the case. We will take care of that. So if you still need because of the storage, and if you think that your product is going to be bigger and you would like to keep that product somewhere so that the Amazon to save Amazon warehouse cost, in that case, then yes, we can handle that. But generally, you don't require that.
Right. And just to clarify, I think somebody asked previously if the products can be shipped to a residence address or another warehouse. So yes, they can be shipped anywhere, right? In the US, it doesn't have to be an FBA warehouse. Okay. Esther is saying, we're driving home from our church worship and kiddos are home asleep, but this is so good. Thank you, Esther.
Glad you're enjoying it.
All right. Yeah, we just shared Nick's. Sounds good. So Susan is saying, great too. Okay, cool. Let me just check if there are any more questions. If you have any questions, people, please type them in right now. Where do we find the products available? Have I missed this? No, you have not missed it. So now we're going to show you the Dropbox where all of the products are available and what the files look like. And then we're going to email you the link to the Dropbox. So let me share my screen again, and I'm going to show you the Dropbox first. And then I will open up a few files. I've saved them on my computer. I'm just going to open them up and just show you what the files look like and to give you an idea of...
Megla, we're going to have a drum roll first before we open the first box.
Yes, we have to. Okay, so let me go to the top of this folder. Okay, so this is the folder that you're going to get, and it's got all of these subfolders, and each of these subfolders has various files inside of it. And so you can see some of the product categories listed: assorted kitchen rugs, bar trolley and coffee table, bath mats, chair pads, bath mats, rugs, bedding, bottle, bucket, spoon, carving tray, chopping and cake stand, coasters, cushions, throws. So I'm just kind of reading all of these out to give you an idea of what kinds of products are available. Doormats, disposable natural material, travel dining cutlery, decoration items, fabrics, electric lantern, floor covering, floor table, flower vase, fragrance candles, furniture, home decor, hard goods, garments, iron laundry basket, iron vase, mosaic cake serving tray, runner set, jewelry, kitchen gloves, kitchen textiles, marble, notebooks, napkins, medical kit, masks, photo frames, printed fabric, printed solid fabric, baskets, frocks, seat pads. So look at the amount of categories that you have over here. Shaggy ginger rug, silk fabric, terry tea towel, tabletops, table runners, textiles, underwear, towel,
Can we open that one up?
Seriously.
See, but
so these are all of the categories.
I have to I've called for all kind of stocks, and whatever people were holding, this is here it is. So
Right.
it was a lot of work for us to put it all through, but we have done that, and I hope it helps people.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure it will. Okay, so I'm going to now open up a few of the products for you guys to see, just to give you an idea of what some of them look like. So give me a second here. So these are all Excel files, and you have to keep in mind that they're all in different formats because they have been sent to Nick's team by various suppliers, and they have, like, some suppliers have sent them in with some information, whereas other suppliers have some other information. So there's not, they're not really consistent in terms of the format and the information that's available for each of the products. So just keep that in mind. But regardless of that, I think Nick's team has done a really good job of consolidating everything, because they were literally receiving hundreds of emails from all suppliers, and they've spent so much time over the last couple of weeks just consolidating everything. Right, Nick? You have a lot of people working on these.
Yes.
Okay, give me a minute here. I'm just opening up the file.
We were totally onto it.
Yes,
I know what everyone's doing for the rest of the weekend. Going through all those files.
Okay, what's the best way to do this? Because let's see if this
drum
works.
roll.
Okay. Is it displaying? Yeah. Okay. So this one is tables. Maybe this is not the best category to start with, but these are bar stools actually. Yeah. So these are bar stools. So you can see this is an Excel file, and most of them will have this information. So the vendor, style number, image, and description. So this is the style number that you need to put in the Google form. And then the image, you can just right click on it and then save image. There should be a way to, save
Copy
image,
it.
or maybe just, copy it and then just paste it in Paint, or you can take a screenshot and paste it. but these are some bar stools. I know that there's like some people are looking for stools nowadays. I think that's one category. That's
Would they be knockdown stools?
Yes, there are. I saw that while compiling that there were some knockdown stools as well. Yeah.
right. And some of them are knocked down, and some of them are maybe
Fixed.
fixed.
I didn't know that what is something, which can get for that. So we would be, everybody can see that what is there in it, because there are collapsible baskets, and I've seen like different kind of products. So if it is not a volume product, we have specifically called for the top-down furniture. So I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, my computer is giving me trouble. Apologies for that. Let me just try to open the other file. So Nick, which cities are these products mostly from? I mean, have you seen, suppliers mostly from a certain city or a region reaching out to you, or are they from all over the place?
From all over India, and as you know that India has like major production hubs, which is like known for particular materials, like Muradabad for metals, and then like for marble products there is like a different belt altogether. Then for glass products it's a different belt altogether. Like for textiles there is Panipat and Karur, and from east also, from NCR suppliers also, like so from everywhere, like they're from all over India.
Okay, yeah. So these are some metal products that are most probably from Muradabad. So this is like a white agate bottle stopper. It's a really pretty tea light holder. I really like these actually. Yeah. So these are wine buckets.
Yes.
This is a round metal tray. So this is definitely Muradabad stuff, right?
It
Then
is.
glass wide trinket tray, glass jewel box, frames, lanterns, jewelry stands.
Yes, this is all Muradabad.
Yeah. But it's so these products are all products that these orders were placed by retailers and brands, like big retailers like TJ Maxx, Walmart, all of those big companies.
Yeah.
And so of course they would have, done a lot of research to identify the products that would be good for this season. So, these are not like designs that were done, last year or a couple of years ago. These are fresh products that were supposed to be in stores this Christmas, this holiday season. So, I think that's something very important to keep in mind.
Meg, I've seen is the one there with wood. Some of the wood products. There was some really nice sort of wood products you might like to show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, let me just see if there are any questions. Denise, can you please post the Dropbox links in the Facebook? Yes, Denise, I will post it. So if wherever you're watching this video, just come back to this post after we end the video, like 5 minutes after we end the video, I'm going to post the links over there. Are the MOQs in the files? So Nick, the MOQs and order quantities are not in the files, right? Can you just talk about that for a little while? I'm going to open up the next one.
Because the quantities are like, if that's the reason there is a section that you can talk about your preferred MOQ, because how much you would like to buy. You can mention it here, and mostly the quantity is quite a lot. So like depending on the quantities, I've seen that Amazon, when somebody is starting a first product, they generally don't prefer buying a big quantity. Like, so 500 pieces or something. So that is the quantity which so the customer, like, the Amazon sellers can tell us actually what is the quantity they would like to buy, because it's already stocked. So they can pick up like how much they want out of that.
Right. And for some of them, the quantities are not mentioned. The prices are also not mentioned. So Jean is asking, are the prices mentioned? No, the prices are not mentioned for all of them. For some of them, they are. For some of them, the quantities are also mentioned. So as we were, as we were saying earlier, all of these products have been sent by different suppliers, and this is just the first list of products that Nick's team has got. So that's why we need you to tell us first which products you're interested in. Then Nick's team will go back to the supplier, confirm the price, availability, and everything, and then they'll come back to you and say that, okay, this one is available. and you can go ahead and start the discussion.
But Megla, they need to understand that Nick and their team are there to support them. Once they make a choice, and if they want anything else in particular, that Nick is there. So they can reach out to Nick, and Nick will sort of work with them. Is that right, Nick?
Yes. Yes, absolutely right. If there is a question which we couldn't cover right now, they can always come and we can talk about it. And the quantities and everything, once we know that what is the quantity, we would be doing it before they pay anything to us. So this is a question which they would getting to know, before we go for inspection and move on the process.
That's the free information, Nick, isn't it?
All this compilation they get to see for free, and the prices also they get to have for free.
Right. And you also, this is a great way to just get an idea of what products are available from India. Even if you don't want to source these specific products now, I think it just gives you an idea without actually going to the trade show in India. So I think that's something to keep in mind as well.
So when they would get to download, when you get to download the entire data and you know that what are the kind of things which are possible from India, you can have a little glimpse on that, on all kind of product possibilities from India.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are some fragrance candles.
Yes.
Then some basic information is given. There are no prices or anything. Right.
That's a popular niche.
Yeah, especially for gift items and for Q4.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a nice gift. It's a nice giftable niche.
Okay, Mano is asking any certificate needed for sandalwood products, and I suppose he's saying
sandalwood is not allowed to ship. We cannot ship sandalwood products from India. It's not possible. No certification. It's not allowed as well.
Okay.
It's permitted.
Okay. Pradeep is asking, will there be a recording? Yes, there will be a recording. So right after we finish, there's going to be a recording. Okay, what is this? Louis, thank you, Megla, Margaret, Kevin, and Nick. This is awesome, but a bit of a lucky dip. Yes, it is kind of a lucky dip too. We were actually discussing, and Nick was trying to, create a software to do all of this. It would be really good to have an automated platform where we put all of this information in the back end, and people can actually choose products in real time. But of course, we didn't have time for that. And this is, of course, something that just happened because of COVID. So we hope this won't happen again. Usually stock is not available in India. Indian suppliers don't generally work like that. In fact, Nick, you were saying that last year you were trying to look for stock in September, but you were not able to find stock anywhere, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I have a customer from Australia, and we had to consolidate, their cargo from different suppliers. So when we were doing it, so some of the space in the container was empty. So we thought that in place of just shipping it like that, it's better that they buy something more out of the stock, and we can do it. So I was looking for stock all around, and it was so difficult to find some nice stuff, because everybody would say that we can produce it, but we don't keep it because we do customized production. And that is how most of the 100% of the exporters actually work that way only. So stock was not around in September and October. And afterwards, because they started getting this order cancellations in April itself. So that is when these kind of mails, random emails started coming to me. And that has made me feel that we can do something about it. So I've just done it, that I've tried to bridge that need from both ends, from here selling and from there buying, which they did not have view. But I had a view, I have visibility of this side and that side both. So I've just tried to connect the needs together by doing a little work from my side as well.
Right. So Ajay is asking, are leather products allowed to ship? Yes, there's no problem with leather. Mine hasn't frozen yet. So is somebody's screen freezing? So Margaret Enver saying, big thank you to Nick for organizing all the factories, but an even bigger thank you to Megla, Margaret, and Kevin for all of the work they have put in to get this up and available to us so quickly. You guys rock. Yes, it has been a lot of work, and we've had like multiple meetings with Nick, and we put together this whole process and workflow, and it's taken a lot of time and effort. But hopefully, it'll help people.
Yeah, hopefully this is all going to work out for some people, Megla.
Yeah.
I mean, opportunity knocks, but you've got to know where to look.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's Nikita Beniwal. That's her full name. You can also see it on her. Yeah, she's in our Facebook group. If you're in the Facebook group, she's there. So I'm just going to show a couple more products over here. So these are some wooden boxes with an aluminum lid. This is a large box with wooden etched burns lid. I think this is a finish that's quite popular nowadays. Again, more boxes, nickel plated wooden box. These are very giftable items. I think a lot of the products from Moradabad and all are very giftable. So that's why they're good for Christmas and Q4. But what's really sad to see is that, just imagine the number of orders that have been canceled, right? I mean, all of these orders were canceled. So it's like a huge loss to a lot of the suppliers. And that's
Yeah, that is why I got this, because it's actually massive stocks. If you see that, when everybody would get to have the link and they would see that all these goods, like earlier this was happening, like in some countries that people were making it and keeping it, and after that they were selling it. It never happened in India. But this is the first time when I see that so much products and so many like it's quite vast, massive stocks, you can say. So when you would get to see everything, it's like it actually was mind blowing. I actually felt very sorry for all the suppliers, because so much they're holding, and obviously they would get less creative because they're already their financials are also at stake, and the circulation is a problem for them. So I thought it could be a solution for them as well. And on the other side, Amazon sellers couldn't sell because they couldn't do the developments, they couldn't get the goods to sell for that, and especially for the new ones, they will have to wait till October to come to India and buy something. At least they can have something in process for them to test it, and that too with very little investment. If they would have gone for these products all by themselves, this would have costed them maybe like 4 to 5 times more than what it's going to cost them.
I'm sure also, ladies, that not everybody on our list is an Amazon seller. Surely there's people there who also sell on Shopify or eBay or any online or through websites. That's going to see an opportunity and be able to import very quickly and be able to sell something.
And look, when I've been looking quickly through the files, people don't realise some of these MOQs are 300, but some of them were 10,000. So, I mean, some of these products, there is a huge volume there. So, I mean, once you go through, you'll be surprised at the large amount of some of these orders that they must have been for like Walmart or someone who does, a big order. So there's plenty of stock there as well. Like I was blown away with some of the MOQs that were sitting there.
Right.
And to Margaret, to Enova, I only did a sacrifice just for you, Margie.
Okay, so Simone is asking any rattan bowls available. So I didn't see any bowls, but I saw these baskets, raffia baskets, paper raffia. So Nick, can you tell us what is raffia? What's paper raffia?
Yeah, raffia is like a material. It's a natural material when it's coming in the in the natural form, and it's not cotton, so it's not washable, but it's stiff enough, and it's like paper, you can say. So this is like a form of paper which is done in a way so that which functions like this. So a little stronger than paper, but something in between. You can say that cotton and a paper. So in between.
Right. So Keith is asking, do you have to get special clearance for wood products?
Yes, we need to do that, and we would take care of that because we need to have those certifications. We have to have, we check whether the wood is seasoned and the fumigation is done. So all those, and in case if the wood is going in the container and anybody else wood are not like wood products, so still the whole container gets fumigated first, and after that and later also. So that's how they do it.
You guys are truly great. Can't wait to go shopping. Okay, so these items can still be customized, or do they sell as is?
Depending on the situation, like you can say that, if they just have the raw material ready, and like some part is done, but mostly actually the basic, they are in at what stage the goods are, but mostly actually it is done, it's ready almost.
Yeah. And
So
will there
I
be any
think
issues in terms of the designs, like copyright issues? Because if these were for Walmart or any of those, bigger companies, you just have to
yes.
be.
So when we have called for these offers, that was our first concern, because in case if it was the customer's like design, in that case they won't send us that, and they are going to talk to the customer only, because it was their design. Either they will give them permission to sell it, or they would like buy it by themselves. That is how. So we already had this discussion before calling for these stock offers. So that was the first point which I was worried about. So I was not worried about the rest of the whole, like, structure what we have got in place. But at the same time, this was my biggest concern. So this is the first question which we have solved when we have started thinking on that line. So we have already cleared this to all the suppliers. So whenever they're sending it to us, they're telling us along that the goods were made for which original customer. And if the design belongs to the factory or the design belongs to the buyer. So we already have that. So as of now, we haven't got anything which is for the buyer. So whatever is there in the link, it's all free. It's all like they can buy it.
Yeah. Okay. So Roz is saying it'll be fun to be searching these files, and maybe I'll feel like I'm back at India sourcing too.
Awesome.
You share the experience when you do that. We would love to hear how you.
Yeah. Nick, there are tablecloths, Nick. So there are tablecloths and table runners, table mats. I didn't see the specific products, but I saw the folder names.
Yes, there are.
I'm your backup, Mark. So Purnima has joined us again. Megla and team, God bless you guys. Such a help. Thank you so much, Purnima. And we're looking forward to your show as well. Purnima is doing an online show in Singapore with Indian suppliers.
Oh, excellent. Look forward to that.
So cotton dressing gowns. I think there's some apparel, but I'm not sure they're specifically dressing gowns. But yes, there are some. So Jag is asking, how do I get on your mailing list? So Jag, what you need to do is go to the website and sign up for my ebook. So I'm just going to put the address over here, but it's just indiasourcingtrip.com/ebook. So if you just go there, sign up for the ebook, you're going to get a free ebook in your email, and then you're also going to be added to the mailing list, and we'll send you all of the information by email as well. So this is the URL in case anyone's interested to sign up for the mailing list. It's indiasourcingtrip.com/ebook. So you can sign up over here and you'll be added to the mailing list. Okay, let's just see if there are any more questions. Looks like this is going forever. Some popcorn, please. Mano, if we started opening up and showing you all the products, we'd be here for like a couple of hours, but we don't want to do that. Okay, can you bundle 2 products in one pack?
Yes, we can do that, depending on if the supplier is same or not. If it is 2 suppliers, like your 2 choice of product is from different suppliers, we have to look at the probability of doing it. But yes, it's possible.
Yeah, and that's something that you need to indicate in the Google form if you want to do that.
When you comment, you can mention it. Whatever is your requirement, we can handle that part. If that is possible to handle, we will definitely do that.
Right. Marketing, so many items, my eyeballs are getting cramps.
We just keep spoiling you for choice.
Yeah. I'm trying, laying in bed doesn't help. Esther is trying to sleep. All right, let's see if there's any more. Okay, is it possible to get our own brand name on the products? Do the products come with the manufacturer brand name on the product?
No, we would be like, it's up to you. If you want to use that, like whatever is the manufacturer brand, then it's okay. But if you want to do it, like most people change the labels, and this can definitely be done. And as I said, that some of the products haven't got label as yet, because they knew that if that customer is not taking it, the original customer. So in that case, definitely they were expecting that the labels would be getting changed. So it's possible to change the label.
Right. You'll post a link in the Facebook post. Yes, Audrey, I will post it in the Facebook post, definitely. So whether you're watching this on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching this, I will post it in that specific post. I'll post all the links to the Dropbox as well as the Google form and also Nick's email address. She said earlier that she used furnishings as an example. Okay, she's asking a question. So CJ Tour is saying, thank you. You did a great job. Oh, thank you so much, all of us.
Thank you.
You're all just saying, hand over your credit card over to the hubby before you go shopping. Okay,
well,
awesome.
I just hope you, all the people who've been watching actually find something and, go away and make some dollars. And, Nick can make some dollars, and the people who was, the factories that have been stuck with all this stuff everyone can make $1. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. It's a win-win-win for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a win
That was the whole. Yes, that was the whole idea about it, because I thought of this because I knew I'm calling for a trouble for myself, to be honest, but I had to do that because I had to do that. It's a lot of work and it's too much, and I have taken the total responsibility on myself, which is, I know that, it's going to be very difficult, but it's a well thought decision from my side. And that's the reason I've started this whole thing. And I've started reaching out to group owners for this, this situation, because I see that it would be, I felt it as if it's a shame, that at one side of the world, the goods are piling up. And at one side of the world, people are looking for, running, moving on into their business, online selling business, but there's no connection. So I couldn't reach everybody, but whatever I could do, I have just tried to do my bit by putting this all across. So rest is up to you, and it's we all would be working as a team, and everybody is a participant in that case, like all the suppliers, we and the sellers, to get it going, and everybody would make the savings. As you can see that just in shipping itself, if you get to pay, if you take anything by air shipment or even by sea shipment, you're paying like $5, from $8 to $5 something per kg. Here you're getting to pay only like less than $1 per kg. So just even if you don't do anything, even if you buy it at the same price, even though the stock is cheaper than what you would buy in the normal circumstances, even if you don't look at the saving you're making at the stock purchase, but even if you look at the consolidation itself, you can see that per kg, this is the cost, not per item. You're saving this per kg. So what is the weight of your product, and you can make out how much big saving you're going to make on the So I would say that even if you take anything and you pay the regular price for these products, still it's a very big benefit for the people buying from that side, and for the supplier as well, because they, even if they get so much goods going, so it will relieve them, and they would be able to pay salaries to their people. And a lot of people, so I've just thought of all this, and this is not something which I could do it. So I have just done my bit. At the other side, it is the suppliers who are there, and at the other side, it's more like, if you do it, you would be helping not only yourself but a lot others.
Yeah,
so
well, let's just hope it all comes together, Nick, and sort of A meets B and C, and everybody, it sort of works out for everybody.
So someone is asking what's the minimum MOQ. So just to clarify, we covered this question previously. There's no minimum MOQ as such, but you can indicate how much quantity you want, and then Nick will come back to you and specify what's available and how much you can do.
Yeah.
Because there's no customization, so there's no MOQ specifically.
Yes.
Okay. How do we deal with non-disclosure agreements? So, Manu, I'm not sure you would need a non-disclosure agreement for this, because this is not your design or your product as such. This is something that's readily available with suppliers, so you don't really need a non-disclosure agreement. Unless you meant something else. If you want to clarify what exactly you meant, let me know. This is a really great event you put on for all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for all your support. And we really, really can't wait to meet you in India now. Thank you for putting this together. It's just wonderful. Okay, let's see if there are any questions. This is great. Are we leveraging on Make in India initiative? How do you mean, Ajay? Like, what is there a separate initiative? I mean, of course, we know that there is a Make in India initiative, but I don't know if there are any specific, initiatives or activities that we can initiate on. I mean, this is just something that Nick is doing on her own. To, of course, we're promoting all Indian products, but yeah, maybe you can clarify what you mean. Laura saying, thanks for a great presentation and sharing this opportunity. You're most welcome. You mentioned 2 dates earlier for shipment. Was there a date for shipment for mid-July for second shipment? So the first date is June 25th, right, Nick?
Yes, correct.
And then the second one is
10th of July.
10th of July, okay. So those 2 dates are the dates by which you need to get in your requests to Nick. So you need to fill in the form, the Google form. So Nick is going to wait until June 25th, and whatever products she's got, until June 25th, she's going to process those first in the first batch of shipments. And approximately when is that first batch going to be able to reach FBA warehouse? Nick? Is that around October, end October, early November? Right?
No, it should be in September itself, because we can say it like that from the date of FOB, like, the date X India, it should take like 45 to like 50 days generally. So if the goods are leaving from here on the first selling, which we are planning by 15th of July or 20th of July, so then the goods should be reaching there by end of by September, you can say, by mid-September latest. So goods should be there. Like, we have planned it that way that all the goods arrive there by within September.
Okay.
Because if you're going into Amazon, you really want to be in September, because then you've got what's the thing in October, Mark, that comes on Black Friday, or was that November? But you're sort of in there and you sort of gear up for the main Q4 sales, yeah.
So
can't hear you, Mark.
Mark, you're muted.
I've got a noisy dog here. Yeah, you really need to not just drop it in and think that you're going to, be found on, the first day. So you need to do a bit of work when you put the products in. So it's no good just getting them in on the, 1st of December and thinking you're going to sell out. You've got to do a bit of work and rank them and get some keywords going. So you really need September, I think, is ideal if you can get it in with these new products.
Yeah.
And do you know what the bonus of all this, I think, is? All this stock's not in shops. So guess what? We get the benefit of it now. So there's nothing to buy in the shops in America because it's all on here.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's going to be a big challenge this year for all the big shops to actually get back in stock, because they're talking huge numbers, aren't they?
Yeah, well, what's on here is missing out of all the stock, shops in America. So they might just all come and buy off us. So I think it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this would have been in stores, but it's not going to be in stores. So here are some jewelry items too. I saw that there were some jewelry files, so rings.
Oh, you'd like all them, Megla.
Yeah.
You have big green things.
Well, I've got some products in mind as well. I'm not showing those.
Sorry, Nick, what did you say?
I said, I'm sorry, but I couldn't solve one situation for people, and which is like, going through all the files and checking through and finding what they like, because this is like so much for them to look. It's actually going to give them a feel that they are like almost in trade fair, because they can see like, a different kind of products. And I couldn't put like very nice pictures because I had to compile the data. So if they like the product, they would like, along with the prices, I can also give better pictures of the product, and like, more in case of more colors are available, we can talk about that also. So
Mano is saying how to deal with non-disclosure agreement for special custom make designs.
We have already answered this question, that whatever is available, we are talking about that. So if it is somebody's design in future, if you want to do it, we can definitely sign NDA. That's not a problem. But for now, because it's already like, there, it's already available with vendor, and like it's a different situation altogether. If it is your, then like maybe the supplier can also do the same from their side if they want to keep it like that. But I don't think that is possible from either side right now. That is how it's going to go.
Right. So Pradeep is asking, does the file contain the weight of the product? No, Pradeep, it doesn't contain the weight. It's very basic information about the product. So it's just the product image, description, and in some cases the price, and just the item number. Okay, so CJ Tour is asking, Megha Bharadwaj, can you put the email list up on chat so all can see it again? I have 4 from my group asking me. Yes, I can, but let me see if I can put it up here now. I don't think I can. I need to, go into Facebook and then put it up over there. So I will do that, CJ, as soon as we finish. I'm not even going to get up from my chair over here. I'm just going to immediately do that. I didn't want to put it up before we, had the entire discussion because I wanted people to understand what to do and how to do it, and then give you all of the documents and all. So I will do that very quickly. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions. Looks like it's going to be a busy weekend with Nick's Files, me and Helium 10.
Good stuff.
Okay. So we've answered this question. So great event, good start here. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, interesting. TK Maxx in Australia, who stocked lots of Indian products, have bare shelves. Wonder if they have cancelled orders too, so shipping delays.
Yes.
I am pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah, many suppliers mentioned that because when I was asking them that, this is for like all the big names we had been always hearing, the supermarkets, chain stores, like everywhere.
Yeah. Mark is awesome. Esther, yes, we can see that. And maybe you need to join us in India as well. Lois saying, thank you. You're welcome. Lois was going to go with us to India in April, but it didn't happen. Chris Thomas is here too. Thank you so much, Chris. Awesome event. Great job, Megla, Mark, Kevin, and Nick. Awesome.
Thanks, Chris.
Pradeep. Okay, let me see if there are any questions here. Chris, see you in India.
You go.
Oh my God, yeah. Mark and Chris, you're gonna make
a partnership. The bonding already.
Yes, it's already started on these Facebook Lives. We can see it. Okay, is there any raw natural fabrics available, such as muslin, etc.? You know what? There are some fabrics available. I'm not exactly sure what fabrics, but there are there's stock of fabrics, right? Nick, have you seen any of those?
Okay. In case if there is a specific, these are the offers. We have just asked people that if you are holding stocks, they can come up. But we have targeted 1,000 1,000 exporters actually to collect this data. But we have more suppliers in our vendor base, so which we couldn't actually because it was not possible for us to collect it from everywhere. So we have, this is like whatever we could get, but there is even more. It is even more. So in case, yes, I could get whatever I could get, but there is so much. So if in case if you have a specific requirement which you think that is not there in these files, you can always mention that, and we can look at it if we can get it, up for you. If we can have, because I'm sure like raw material, natural fabric, definitely this should be available somewhere, but I'm not too sure if it is there in the files, but this should be available. So you can still fill up the Google form and you can put up your requirement into it and we will take care of that.
Right. Jason saying that Dropbox folder is going to be online shopping on a whole different level.
Wow.
That's what was expected actually, and that has already started.
Yeah. Okay. If it's a giftable product, where do you recommend we can get packaging done in India? Okay. So we have a really, really, really good packaging supplier in the group, and we've done an interview with them in, I think was it May? Yeah, last month, right?
Was it the last one? It's the last one, Megla,
yeah. I think it was the last one. Yeah.
We're talking about Jane.
Yeah.
Jane, yes, yeah. So Jane, and the company is called Paras Offset. And we're trying to get him in a solo webinar in the group soon, but he's had some trouble. But so go look for one of the videos from the previous show, from the May show, and you'll see this company, Paras Offset, really, really good company for packaging. So highly recommend.
But if we could just emphasize, one of the things when we were talking to Nick during the week, that was one of the things, one of the questions that we knew would come up about the packaging. Could people, customize their packaging? The lead time, that's the problem. We couldn't decide how long the lead time would be, because if someone's going to come and want a dial line, they're going to do the artwork, it all takes time, and then they're going to get a sample back. So you may be talking, a month or so just to actually get that customized box. Is that right, Nick?
Right. So the probability is going to be less for them, because packaging working definitely would take time, and we are looking at moving goods within 7 to 30 days. So if we are getting to have the requirement by 25th of June, so we would also need about 3 to 5 days, working out the prices for everybody, going back and placing orders, and every supplier would also take some time. So you can see that actually it is just 3 weeks what we are calculating, right? So for 15th of July, the first consolidation, the second consolidation would be week later, like that. So moving this fast, I think it's not going to be possible to work it out like that. But in case if they would like to go for a packaging which is very specific, they can always let us know in the Google form if it is possible. Sometimes this is also like that if it is a simple change, then we can ask the supplier to do that itself. Like for a gift packing, suppliers can also give up options. So because as I said, that everybody has to work as a team, so we have to see that and how much we can accommodate everybody's preference. But it's not going beyond a level is not possible. And it is all, this event is just one time process. You can say that, after 31st of August, it's not going to be possible for us also to keep on, so because the new season's working has already started, the spring summer buying is already getting close right now. So it will be too late for autumn winter anyways, and these goods are ready for that. So the idea and the focus is that we must sell these goods for the season they got produced for.
Yeah, so, I think she's specifically asking for custom products, if they're, but yeah, for this stock definitely we recommend not to do customized packaging. Okay, so let's see if there are more questions. Does Nick organize the packaging of these types of giftable products? Yeah, Nick can organize the packaging as well. I'm sure Nick has a packaging supplier. But that's for later orders. Not for this stuff. Okay.
And even if somebody
go ahead, Nick.
Sorry. Even if somebody wants to pick some product from the stock and want to ship it in the particular packaging, it's not that they cannot have the packaging, special packaging. They can have, but in that case, I think it's not recommended, because even if you want to do it, we can do it, but then that will not be able to be a part of the consolidation. So at the end, you would pay the same cost, which is $8 per kg or $5 per kg, and here you might pay less than that. So if somebody wants to do it, this is also possible that if you want to look at that it is getting delivered there and you want to do the packaging in US, that's also one option for you. So and if but you can still let us know that what is in your mind for packaging. So in case if something can be taken up here, we would look into that also.
Right. So Sharon is asking, does the file contain dimensions of the product? No, in most cases it does not.
Yes, mostly it's dimensions. The sizes are there. The description is there, so they would get to see it there.
Yeah, some of them are there, but I think most. The file not all of them. Yeah. India will never be the same. Yes, absolutely. Mark and Chris, watch out for Mark and Chris. We'll be a force. Yes.
They're going to be trouble on our next trip.
Mark is recruiting many of us to go to India. You should hire him.
Oh, very
Mark,
good.
I'm going to give you a discount, Mark.
Good stuff.
All right. No, leaving the computer. You yell for Adi to bring you a cup of tea and for some Tim Tams. Yes, I surely need Tim Tams. I miss Tim Tams. All right. So these canceled products must be a big burden on manufacturers. Surely they must have received some compensation through deposits. Yes, I think some of them would have received deposits, Nick, right?
Yes, but then people who have paid those deposits, they are like, they're letting the vendor keep that. So that's the reason I'm saying, but still it's a burden, because even if people pay, generally they pay like, like half the cost, or like that way. So, and if they're not taking the goods, they're still letting that go. So the retailers are also at loss. And most, as I said, that mostly this is for big chain store retailers. And that's the reason, because the payment terms generally are not advanced. So when you work with, like, the big groups and things like that, so the payment terms goes like 60 days or 90 days or 120 days, because it's a very old association. Even I have like customers who are working with us for pretty long time. So in that case, I mean, this kind of association happens because when the big companies have their own payment structure. So if you want to supply, this is what you have to do. So within one country also, I work with some importers who have this kind of a payment term going for the retailers. So that is how. So cancelled products are a burden, yes. And
and the credit terms that suppliers give, as you mentioned, and of course also sometimes, like when a relationship is built between the supplier and buyer, then like Margaret, Kevin have a really good relationship with their supplier, and I don't know if you're paying any advance to your supplier now, Marg and Kev, but a lot of times they don't ask for advance.
No, well, we do, because we think that they've got to make money too. So I always make sure I do pay it. I go, oh, thank you, that was so good that you've paid a deposit. Like, so it's really.
Yeah,
they weren't expecting it, They sort of would have done it without it. So
yeah, absolutely. So that's why we keep saying relationships are really important.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, it's key.
How long would it take to receive a sample shipped to the US? So again, this
depending on when I get the request, and we can do that as soon as possible. Like depending on when we get the request.
Yeah. So it has to be on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna has just joined. I just joined. Would there be a replay of this video? Yes, Anna, absolutely. There's going to be a replay. As soon as we finish, you'll be able to see the replay on the same post. Assuming pricing, what is the currency? So US dollars. Right?
US dollars.
Yeah. Kelly saying, this is so cool. You people are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, wait a minute. Mark is on mic. Someone say a discount. Yes. Everyone gets a discount. You get a discount. You get a discount. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, this has been so cool, and I'm sure people are going to, be reaching out to you and filling in the forms, Nick, starting in a few days for sure. So before we sign off over here, do you want to add anything else, or say anything else to people before they dive in and go for their weekend Dropbox shopping?
No, this is. I would just say that this is a situation we can just look at that way. That this pandemic has affected the whole world, and everybody in their own places in their capacity, everybody has seen the impact. And this is, if we all come together and we fight for not only for ourselves but for supporting the other people as well. So this is like, by supporting other people, you're supporting yourself, and by supporting yourself, this is an event, and this is kind of a teamwork right now. If we all come up together and we try to put things together and everybody can give the orders at the same time, then it is definitely going to make a very big impact for suppliers here in India, which I feel that is like your a place which you really like to buy from. And at the other hand, it will help you at the same time. And we are here to secure the quality part and everything. So I really hope that what I have done would bring happiness to you.
Right, absolutely. So Kevin, final word from you.
Yeah, no, fantastic. It's been fantastic, sort of talking with Nick all week, and looking at all the goods, and thinking that how we were actually going to put this together, and just going through all the mechanics. But it's been great, and I just hope people get something from it, and get a benefit for all. So
yeah. Nick is running for world president. Yes. We'll be there to work for you, Nick. Helium 10 is going to crash this afternoon when we all start validating. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we've got one question here. Keith is asking, can you do an insert with the product purchased? Yeah, can you do that?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
And then you can also get the printing done, right? If somebody sends you the files, but of course
Yes,
there
we
would
can
be
do that.
additional costs for that.
Yeah. They can
And
give
I
this
think-
requirement in the Google form, and we will take care of that.
Right. But
Yeah.
I think the more you can keep it simple, the better it will be, because the whole idea of this is to move this stuff fast and to get everybody consolidated. I think that's where everybody will save a lot of money. So don't make it very complicated. I think that's super important. Thank you all for the hard work to put this together. You're most welcome. Nick Eventing is here too. So, Marg, any last words from you before we sign up?
I won't say too much because everyone just wants this link. I know they're all dying for us to stop talking so they can have the link. No, I just think, look, still, it's a great opportunity, but be careful. Don't go crazy and just order madly. You've got to check. Don't look at something and go, that's beautiful, I'll have it. You must look on Amazon, because you could get stuck with things that don't work if you don't do your homework. And make sure your costings, I mean, it should be great on costings because they're so heavily reduced and the shipping is reduced, but just make sure that everything adds up before you go wildly ordering 20 of these, because there's still a lot of cost involved. So, and you've got to make them work at the other end. And if you order 20 products, there's a lot of products to do PPC and things on. So if you're new at it, don't go crazy. You'll do your head in on that sort of first week when it all goes live. So I think if you're very new, just be careful and don't go crazy. But
Just do your due diligence. Just sort of mark off your steps 1, 2, 3, and yeah.
Exactly. And different people have different ways to do it, right? I mean, everybody has their own approach. You're following different processes. So what Mark showed earlier was just one of the processes, but you might have another process that your coach or anybody has taught you. But yeah, just follow that. I just want to show Nick's email address also over here again, in case anybody has questions. You can reach out to her for sure. That's real wisdom and experience talking, Mark. Yeah, that's a lot of experience of failed products too, right, Mark?
Failed products. We know all about it. We've had them, I admit it. Our first couple of products, we didn't do our keyword research because there wasn't the software and we didn't know enough about what we were doing, and we thought, that looks great, I really want to do that. So we learned, we never do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just went along for the ride.
He blames me.
Right. In case anyone's interested in reaching out to Margaret, of course, this is her email address, margaret@indiasourcingtrip.com. You can reach out to her. She does one-on-one coaching that's, I think, very affordable. And, in case you have a product or you can just spend some time with Marg on the phone and she can help sort things out for you. I think that's a very good to have somebody else who's more experienced just give you some advice. So great advice, Margaret. I'm new and so ready to get going. Need to keep the brakes on a little longer and just get my feet wet. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
This is a perfect opportunity if you want to get your feet wet.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much support, with Nick. Sort of, it's not just, hey, come in with the Google sheet. I mean, Nick's there to ask questions and she's there to support. And it's do the process and learn the process.
No,
help along the way.
Yeah. And look, everyone says, there's only like 2% of people that open an Amazon account go live. You've all got the perfect opportunity. You can be well into that 2% and be world famous because it's so easy to do it because Nick's going to do most of the work for you. I mean, you can get your listing written by Aaron. Nick's going to do the rest. Hey, it's live in Amazon. You've done it. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
so I don't hear anyone telling you they can't find a product or they don't know how to do it.
And we've also given you contacts for photographs and listings. If you want to get your photographs done, you can do that in India and save you some money. Sending a sample to you in the US or wherever. So Claire is saying she missed the beginning. Assume you'll post a replay. Yes, absolutely, Claire. As soon as we finish, the replay will be available on the post as well, wherever you're watching. So Margaret is talking sense into us. We'll spend all our money on inventory. Yes, absolutely. I have one that will join me when I'm earning. Okay, awesome. Great. So this has been awesome. Thank you so much, Nick, for putting all of this together and spending time with us today, explaining everything to people so patiently. And of course, putting this entire thing together is not going to be easy. You're going to have a very, very busy couple of next, months. But
Two
I'm sure,
months.
yeah,
Yes.
next 2 months is going to be super busy for you. But I'm sure you're going to help a lot of people, and with your team, you're going to make this happen. And it's going to be a very good experience, a win-win situation for all the different parties concerned.
Yeah, all the best to you and your team, Nick. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you, Nick, is all I can say.
Yeah. I'm
Yes,
glad if I
everyone.
could help. Yeah, and I'm also very happy if I could bring some solution for people all across.
Yeah, I'm sure you
That
will. I'm
was-
sure you will, Nick.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely. Okay, guys. So wait for the Dropbox link and the Google Form links in the next 5 minutes in the various posts all over, and then get going.
Megla, what's the new word now? Drop shop shipping. Drop box shipping.
Dropbox shopping.
Yeah, sorry.
Awesome. All right. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone. Thanks
lovely.
for watching. And we'll
Bye.
also see you next week. We've got the regular virtual India sourcing show next week, next Friday and Saturday. We've got a lot of new suppliers that we're bringing along, and we're especially excited about one supplier who's actually the biggest exporter of bone china products from India, and really interesting products, very high quality products that I think many people will be excited to.
Megla, if people know anything about the potteries,
Yeah.
right, well, the products they make has got a history of the potteries.
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
products.
It's really
So,
interesting. And the
a lot of
biggest thing is
interesting
Kev's got to miss golf next Friday and Saturday again. So people, you want to thank Kev for that. He's given up his golf for everyone.
I can make up for it. I can make up for it.
Okay,
Right.
awesome. All right, thank you, everyone. You have a good weekend, and I'll be posting the link soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.